Did you know that a single tweak in the FIDIC Yellow Book 2017 could reshape how disputes are handled in your construction projects? Hello, everyone. Welcome to our deep dive into the FIDIC Yellow Book 2017 updates. Today we're focusing on Clause 1.1.29, which defines what a dispute is under the contract. We'll explore the revised wording, how it impacts other clauses, and walk through some real-world scenarios to illustrate these changes. Understanding the original Clause 1.1.29 dispute. Let's start by looking at the original definition. Dispute means any situation where A. One party makes a claim against the other party, which may be a claim, as defined in these conditions, or a matter to be determined by the engineer under these conditions, or otherwise. B. So the other party, or the engineer under subclause 3.7.2 engineer's determination, rejects the claim in whole or in part. And C. The first party does not acquiesce by giving a notice of dissatisfaction under subclause 3.7.5, dissatisfaction with engineer's determination or otherwise, provided, however, that a failure by the other party or the engineer to oppose or respond to the claim in whole or in part may constitute a rejection if, in the circumstances, the Dispute Avoidance Adjudication Board, DAAB, or the arbitrators, as the case may be, deem it reasonable for it to do so. In simpler terms, a dispute arises when one party makes a claim, the other party or the engineer rejects it wholly or partially. The first party doesn't accept this rejection. Importantly, even if the other party doesn't respond at all, it might still be considered a rejection if the DAAB or arbitrators think that's reasonable. Now let's look at the revised wording. Dispute means any situation where A. One party has made a claim, or there has been a matter to be agreed or determined under subparagraph A of subclause 3.7, agreement or determination. B. The engineer's determination under subclause 3.7.2, engineer's determination, was a rejection in whole or in part of I. The claim, or there was a deemed rejection under subparagraph I of subclause 3.7.3, time limits, or key a party's assertions in respect of the matter, as the case may be, and C. Either party has given a notice of dissatisfaction under subclause 3.7.5, dissatisfaction with engineer's determination.
What's changed? The updated clause brings several key changes. Clear distinction between claims and matters. Original. The term claim was broad, including any claim or matter to be determined. Updated. It distinguishes between a claim and a matter to be agreed or determined under subclause 3.7a. Emphasis on the engineer's determination. The dispute now hinges specifically on the engineer's determination under subclause 3.7.2, including cases of deemed rejection due to time limits not being met. Requirement of a notice of dissatisfaction. Original. Non-acquiescence could be by giving a nod or otherwise. Updated. The dissatisfied party must give a nod under subclause 3.7.5 to formalize the dispute. Removal of DAAB's discretion on silence. The clause no longer allows the DAB or arbitrators to deem a lack of response as a rejection. Now procedures are more explicit.
How does this affect other clauses? Now let's talk about how these changes ripple through other parts of the contract. First off, the engineer's role under Clause 3.7, agreement or determination, becomes even more central. Essentially, a dispute can't officially arise until the engineer has made a determination, or failed to do so within the time limits, which then leads to a deemed rejection. So why is this important? It means that both parties are encouraged to fully engage with the formal procedures outlined in Clause 3.7 before escalating any issues into formal disputes. It's like having a built-in opportunity to resolve disagreements amicably before things get more complicated. Moving on to Clause 20.2, claims for payment and/or EOT, the stakes are higher when it comes to submitting claims and requests for extensions of time. Since disputes are now more closely tied to the engineer's determinations, it's crucial to get these submissions right. If you don't follow the proper procedures or miss critical deadlines, you might lose the right to dispute the matter altogether. In essence, these changes highlight the importance of being proactive and meticulous. By adhering to the contract's procedures and respecting the engineer's role, you protect your rights and help ensure that any issues are resolved efficiently. It's all about keeping the lines of communication open and making sure everyone is on the same.
Let's bring these changes to life with some real-world examples. First scenario, a contractor's claim rejected by the engineer. Imagine you're a contractor working on a major construction project. You've run into unforeseen ground conditions that are causing delays and additional costs. Naturally, you submit a claim for extra payment to cover these unexpected expenses. The engineer reviews your claim but decides to reject it in part under the updated clause 1.1.29. For this situation to officially become a dispute, you must take a crucial step. Issue a Notice of Dissatisfaction, NOD, under subclause 3.7.5. Without this NOD, there's no formal dispute recognized under the contract. This process ensures that both parties are fully aware of the disagreement and are given a structured path to resolve it. The updated clause makes the procedure clear and emphasizes the importance of following contractual steps to address conflicts. Second scenario, failure to meet time limits leading to deemed rejection. Now let's say you submit a claim, but this time the engineer doesn't respond within the time limit specified in subclause 3.3. You're left waiting, and the project is in limbo. Under the updated clause, this lack of response is considered a deemed rejection. But don't worry, you have a way forward. You can issue a Notice of Dissatisfaction under subclause 3.7.5 to formalize the dispute. This update is crucial because it ensures that delays or silence from the engineer don't stall the project's progress. It gives you, as the contractor, a mechanism to move the process along even when the other party is unresponsive. It's all about keeping the lines of communication open and the project moving forward. Third scenario, a matter to be agreed or determined. Consider another situation where a variation is issued under clause 13.3.1, variation by instruction, which requires agreement or determination. The engineer makes a determination, but the employer isn't happy with it. Since this issue falls under subclause 3.7a, and the engineer's determination has been rejected, a dispute arises when a notice of dissatisfaction is issued. What does this mean? The updated clause now clearly includes such matters in the definition of a dispute, ensuring they follow the formal resolution process outlined in the contract. This change is significant because it provides a structured approach to resolving disagreements over variations or other matters that need agreement or determination.
So, what does this all mean for you in practice? Let's break it down in a way that's easy to digest. First, always remember to follow the formal procedures laid out in the contract. This means submitting your claims properly and waiting for the engineer's determination. If you're not happy with the outcome, don't just sit back. Take action by issuing a notice of dissatisfaction under subclause 3.75. This step is crucial because without it, your disagreement won't be officially recognized as a dispute under the contract. Understanding the engineer's role is also vital. Their determination isn't just a formality, it's a critical step before a dispute can be cleared. Time limits play a big part here, too. Both you and the engineer need to stick to the deadlines specified in the contract. Missing these can complicate things and might even affect your rights down the line. Being proactive is key. Don't assume that silence or inaction from the other party counts as a rejection. If you don't get a response within the time limits, it's up to you to move things forward. Engage with the process actively to protect your interests under the contract. In essence, these changes are all about promoting clear communication and ensuring everyone is on the same page. By following the procedures, understanding each party's responsibilities, and staying proactive, you can navigate potential disputes more effectively. This not only helps in resolving issues quickly, but also contributes to the overall success of your project. Remember, the contract is there to guide you, but it's up to you to make sure you're using it to your advantage. Stay informed, stay engaged, and you'll be better equipped to handle whatever comes